How did you get over there?
I don't know. Yeah, I was about to say that needs to go back.
That was not right. But I mean, ultimately, let's get right back into it. Sorry, guys. Welcome in my gaggle of geeks, my button mashers. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a ride today. Apparently,
it is definitely
all right. Well, I'm Nateslegend. As always, joined by Jay Moore today. Now, Doodles is out, unfortunately.
Please get well, Doodles. We're praying for you, brother.
Absolutely. Jay, how are you doing today, though?
You know, after the last episode of Gaggle of Geeks that we filmed, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. I feel like I got a lot of pressure off my back and get things going. Though get a lot of feeling out, and it felt good. And I'm glad that this was a safe place to do it.
It was a good episode. If you guys have the chance to check it out, specifically, you were on for the Falcon and Winter
Soldier segment.
So if you want to catch Jay over there,
that is right.
Yeah. Well, it's all right, guys. We're gonna kind of take a step.
Coming already, man.
We do. We already do. We already have people coming in. Thank you. All right. I'm going to throw that on the screen. I'm going to explain this now. I'm going to get it out of the way. I get migraines, like really bad migraines. And I know you guys can see the reflections off these because of it. But I get migraines. And so these are called FL41 lenses. They are meant to help with migraines and blocking out certain lights that can cause them. So yes, I look like, for lack of a better term, I kind of look like a douche. Let's be fair here. But it is a medical reason. It's just something I'm trying. If it ends up working, you know, this will be a permanent look. If not, we'll see. I got some contacts too. So, you know, trying to.
So how is it? How is that actually working out for you? Because I was going to ask you about that. And when you said the name, I knew the name.
Yeah.
How are the lenses themselves working out for you? Because I know you're used to wearing glasses already.
Yeah, it's a trip, if I'm honest. So one of the biggest changes is the color difference. So everything, it blocks out, I mean, pretty much all blue light. It's not all. I can still see things that are blue, like, you know, you're in your background there and my stream deck, whatever else, right? But it blocks out a lot of it to the point where if I actually like take my glasses off, it's a shock to my eyes and I have to adjust and it almost hurts worse. So that's the only complaint that I have so far, but I forget that they're tinted at times. It's not bad. So definitely appreciate that, Alan. Really, you know, kind of one of those weird things though. Anyway, sorry, I tangent so hard off those. Definitely appreciate the comments here as well. I'm hoping they work out. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so am I.
Should be good, but also, if you guys haven't had a chance, I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna get it out of the way right now. I also got some of the button mashing merch going here. We have it's all up in the store. Go check it out. I'll have a link at the end. All right, we're gonna stop tangenting now and jump right in. I actually didn't have a question for you today. So, Jay, think about it question. Okay. I want you to come up with one on the spot. That is your think about it question. Think about it.
If you had a chance to be in any video game from the Nintendo 64 era, what video game would it be?
Ooh, ouch. Okay.
There's like two that I can come up with.
Now, are we? Because there's one game in particular that I played religiously as a child, and I have yet to be able to get it to work on my computer, and it's broken and it's stupid. But specifically playing Pod Racers. That was my 64. And I think that'd be so much fun. Absolutely so much fun.
I was more taken toward like the GoldenEye era, but when you think about it, I don't want to constantly shoot and keep dying and then coming back again.
Right.
So I chose Star Fox 64.
Ooh, good answer.
Yeah, Star Fox.
That one never crossed my mind, but that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Everyone in the comments as well, please, by all means, what would your answer to this be if you were thrown into the world? Which world would you get thrown into? Now, why Star Fox?
But it was N64 though. It has to be N64. On the N64 platform, Nintendo 64.
All right. We'll wait for their. Yeah. Why? Why would you choose that one?
For me, because I was a big fan of Star Fox, and I like flying, and plus hearing that little toad say "Fox, no!" whenever you die was just great. Doing a barrel roll, doing a button,
Do a barrel roll. Oh, I don't have that one set up. If I'd have known that answer was coming, I'd have do a barrel roll ready to roll for us.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like those kind of that game dynamic when you were able to do that on that joystick and you had the little Z trigger on the bottom and then you had to hit A and then you had to go up. You know what I mean? Like you felt it. It felt really cool to be like in the cockpit, you know what I mean? Playing as Star Fox or Falco or Pepe or Flippy, I believe it was the frog's name.
I don't remember. It's been that long since I've played. I don't remember them all.
There were a lot of iconic characters in that, and I really thoroughly liked Star Fox a lot. And if I could play it again, which I actually did get a chance to play in my adult life, you know, I definitely would do again. It was such an enjoyable thing, and not to mention it only takes you 25 minutes to beat. So
yeah, it's not super massive.
It's not bad.
You should still, I mean, short of emulators, of course, but you check out like if you have any like record stores that do any tech swapping. I know we have Graywell here in Utah that does all sorts of music and CDs, vinyls, whatever else, but they will oftentimes have like N64s for sale and a lot of games that you can go pick up for dirt cheap. So I mean, any of these worlds, definitely go revisit them. It's not that we all have time anymore, but it's not difficult anymore. So now I also know, so before we jump into our updates today, I know that we're actually going through this during the Oscars. So I apologize to anybody that is here hosting the Oscars, and we're talking video games. So join the fun. Keep it here. All right. Nonetheless, all right. We do have a few bits of news to do, and it's going to be a big episode because there's been a lot of news. Ultimately, brief skim over some of these. Battlefield mobile game has been announced. EA and DICE are going to be working on it, released sometime next year. Jay, what are your thoughts on the mobile Battlefield game?
I think Battlefield in general needs to definitely make a comeback. It was definitely a big competitor for the guys at Activision and Call of Duty. They gave us something that was a lot of real different. And I think we need to see that again. And here's why, because today I was playing Modern Warfare Warzone today with my brother, and shout out to my brother if he ever gets a chance to watch this or see this. We did pretty good, and shout out to the rest of the dads that I was playing with today. It was fun, but it needs a refresh. You know what I mean? Like we need that one thing that's gonna be like, yes, this is what we were looking for in like a battle royale type deal. And I think Battlefield can definitely bring that fire.
I agree. I actually enjoyed Battlefield more. The destruction of buildings felt a little more real. It's always felt like a better game.
You have the sounds that kind of match up with actual weapons instead of some of the guns sounding the same or being emulated from previous games. You have the realistic and simplicity of the actions compared to what you would do in Call of Duty or you know what I mean? And I don't know, there's something about Battlefield that just and like what was it, Battlefield 1? That was just great altogether. I loved playing it, and
I think that's really the last time that I heard Battlefield in a good light. Like, I'm not saying that they've really been in a bad light, but like they haven't really had any light at all. I haven't heard much from them. So I definitely think this is a long time coming. At least it's especially with the way Call of Duty and Fortnite and whatever else have gone, but. should be interesting seeing where they ultimately take it. Continuing on, we do also have Knights of the Old Republic remake that has been not officially announced, but is pretty much as good as announced at this point in time.
I am considering getting a PC just to play that game. I don't play PC, but I'll play that.
That's fair.
I'll play that all day.
It is worth it. We have Aspire Studios that is supposedly making the game. I am not sure if this is going to be a remake or a remaster, right? Is this going to be just redoing, making it pretty, whatever else, or are they redoing this game? There was an article I saw. I forgot to cite my sources here. I don't remember where I saw it, but there was an article that was saying they were talking about revamping the entire battle mechanism, the entire combat mechanism to it. So that screams remake to me.
Same here.
About you? Same?
Same. That's all I hear, and that's through the rumor mill too. A lot of this is scuttlebutt. That's military talk for rumors. I have a good feeling that it's just going to be a remake. But we just have to wait and see at this point. I don't want to speculate too much on it because I don't have all the proper facts, and I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to be cited wrong or be looked at wrong with the wrong information. So
no, and that's completely fair. I am most excited about this. It's not being made by EA. That's kind of the most important part here.
I will clap like an otter for that.
Here we go. We got. Yes.
We have sound effects on this show now, people. Just so
buddy, I forget about them from time to time. But I mean, we're looking. It's not EA. I think they were really waiting for the Ubisoft announcement. I think let's kind of wait and see what the reception was there to see if it's worth it to put it on another studio. So I'm excited. I'm going to take a quick swig here.
Yep, by all means. And I think it's definitely good that Ubisoft, they give someone like Ubisoft a chance, because when you think about it, Ubisoft isn't really in the news as much as other developers are, because they actually take their time with some of their games.
They do. And we actually will have an episode. Speaking of Ubisoft, we have an episode coming up here. We're going to kind of recap and revamp, or not revamp, but kind of go over some of the shows that we've done already. So we have AC Valhalla coming up. So we're definitely going to be breaking them down a little bit more later on. So we won't touch on them too much right now. I think I have some thoughts on Ubisoft, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But we do have the PS3 and oh my goodness, as I almost scroll past it, PS3 and PS Vita stores are no longer going to get shut down. PlayStation released a post saying, "Hey, we found out we were in the wrong here." So they decided to pull that back. Hey, good on them. Good on them. They are still shutting down the PSP store. That is still going to shut down on July 2nd as planned. So keep that in mind.
But not PS Vita.
Not PS Vita.
Which doesn't make any sense, because they're both the same thing. Just one is newer than the other one. It's like PS4 and the PS4 Pro. I mean, that's pretty much it. So are you telling me, Sony, that PS Vita is not on the same level as Vita, but my PS4 is on the same level as a PS4 Pro?
I see where you're coming from there. I can see that.
I mean, I'm sorry if I don't make any sense on that, but that's kind of how I see it. And I'm just like, that shit don't make no sense. It just malfunctioned my brain.
I never really. I mean, I know that they're very similar. I want to say connectivity has a bit to do with it, and age. But yeah, I hadn't even thought about it that way. I mean, ultimately, they are the same device, just different.
They just have different software, different loadouts. That's it.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We do have as well. We'll move on here. Sorry, don't want to take too much of the time on the great announcement. It's a fantastic announcement. We have, golf clappings, all around. Well, we do have a little bit more to get to because Jeff Kaplan announced he is leaving Blizzard. Real nice post. That's, it was a great, I don't want to say just PR, but it was a amicable, departure or whatever else. But, RIP Overwatch 2. RIP. Yeah. F in the chats, please. Can we get some F's in the chat, please? Yeah. So okay, so you don't seem, you're kind of indifferent on the on this. What are your takes on Kaplan then? What are your feelings?
I think that there's something going on behind the scenes for him to abruptly just leave out of nowhere. That's just like saying, out of nowhere, the head lead or CEO of Activision is going to step down. That would make me happy more than anything, but what's the reason?
I don't think you're wrong.
What's really going on there for him to have to step down, which is why I had that smirk on, like,
yeah, well, that plays perfectly into, I mean, did you see his most recent post talks about the developers need you now. Like, that tells me if you're leaving and the developers need me, that tells me something is happening that is not being disclosed. Something is happening behind closed doors. I would 100% agree with that. I mean, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. But we do have, just kind of an update on that. I don't know what's going on with him, where he's going, what comes next for him, but Aaron Keller is going to be taking over all of his projects, including Overwatch 2. I already had low hopes for Overwatch 2, if I'm completely honest. I'm sure I haven't been I've been fairly vocal about that, but
yes, you have.
Yeah, it really comes rip. Sorry, but rip. All right, we're going to talk about our secondary topic. Now, there is no script for this. I like, y'all can probably see it. There's like this big section here, whatever else. There's this big section down here, whatever else. Yeah, this section right here, that's all I have for our Mortal Kombat. Again, I don't even know if you guys can see the reflections, but nonetheless, unscripted Mortal Kombat. We talked about this last year or week. Last week. Woo, it's been a day, guys. So we talked about this last week, just the games itself. You had a chance to watch the movie, correct?
I did, yes.
I had a chance to watch the movie. What are your thoughts, Jay?
Trash. Complete and utter trash.
Trash.
Burn it.
Oh, God. No, God, please, no.
Trash.
No. All right, so real take. What do you have for us? What made this so trash?
Kano was trash. Period.
Okay.
Kano ruined the entire movie for me. And actually, this brings up a if you pay attention to button mashings on Friday, which Alan was a part of, might I add. Rachel Reviews was a special guest on the show, and I totally agree with her 100%. Make sure you go subscribe to Rachel Reviews, by the way. But it was just no, it was complete and utter trash. I don't like the person that they chose for Liu Kang. I definitely don't like the role Kano played whatsoever in this video. I feel like this was more of an origin story for Scorpion than anything. And
I can see that.
And you know what? We should throw a spoilers thing in here because this is probably going
to be all right, y'all. I'm sorry if you haven't had a chance to see it. Quick spoilers. Quick spoilers. I don't want to make this a spoiler. Go ahead.
But it seemed like this was more of a Scorpion story than it was for a story about everything else. Like the 95 version of Mortal Kombat was an origin story, but it was more dated toward Liu Kang, who to me should still be like the face of Mortal Kombat. Like he was the face, and now it went from Liu Kang to Scorpion. And don't get me wrong, I guess Scorpion is cool and all, and what's all's well, it ends well. But for his descendant to be, the person that should be I mean, literally, he's a descendant of Scorpion.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Alfonso.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I
So.
just the bad writing. You can get the spoilers thing off.
All right. Yeah.
The bad writing. Liu Kang not being Liu Kang. And Kano just completely just threw it all off for me. And you know what? The person that they had playing Shao Kahn, they could have picked someone a little bit better than that. They, and all fair, honestly,
rough.
They should have got the Shang Tsung from the first Mortal Kombat to play him. He might not. He doesn't even look that old. The one who played him before. You know what I mean? He's still in pretty decent shape with a pretty decent look. He could have pulled this off. My question is, how long was this in production for? Because it felt like it was very, very short.
That leads to exactly into my points about the movie. Kind of my take. It felt like a low budget film the entire time, and I'm sure it had its budgetary restrictions compared to what it wanted to do, but the entire time, it felt very low budget, very cheesy, very like one step above your average, the last Mortal Kombat or even the most recent Dragon Ball movie. Like it felt very similar to those, where it just didn't feel like what it was supposed to feel like.
Wait a second. When you say Dragon Ball movie, you mean Dragon Ball Evolution?
The live action.
Yeah, that's the only
live action take. Like it feels the same to me. Like it felt very low budget, and I was hoping for a little bit more. But it felt cheesy, and I know that's what they were going for. That's what you have to go for with the Mortal Kombat world, because that's mean, they know what they are, but still.
The action was fine. The martial arts and everything.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
It was great to see, the fighting dynamics and stuff like that. But they could have did so much better with the story written stuff, man.
Okay, this whole movie is dedicated to the tournament is coming up. The tournament is coming. We don't see a single second of the tournament. Not a single second of it. Not a single. None of it. So all these people, yeah, cool, but like, make it the tournament. Like, make us. I'm sure that's down the road or whatever, but like, what was the point? What? Why? Why? Anyway, that's my take on it. Why? What? Why? Why?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why I was like, I might as well do a Pulp Fiction right now.
Yeah, right. Just all right.
Beverage.
I think you and I are both on the same page with this one. It was not a great movie.
It was not.
But I can understand why people enjoyed it at the same time. It was fun. It was beautiful in some aspects and trash in others.
I'm just happy that I was like a 90s kid. You know what I mean? Like 80s, 90s kid. I'm an 80s, 90s kid. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that things like that were in the time frame of which I was a kid and able to enjoy something like this sport. Because otherwise, I'd be part of the race of time frame people who were born in the 2000s and below, who feel like, no, this is the best one, way better than the one that you had before. And I was like, Annihilation was better than this. Okay, and Annihilation was trash too.
Okay. So, all right. Them are fighting words. I think we'll have to bring a couple people on to dispute that at some point in time.
That's true. We
or you know what? Even better, just we'll shove that one straight down. Just we're gonna repress that, and that is no longer a memory we need. It's gone, and you never said that. All right, guys, let's jump into our main topic today. We set it up for Outriders. It's the newest game developed by People Can Fly Studios, published by Square Enix.
It
is a third-person shooter with elements of RPG. Let me get my stuff back up here.
And now that I would think about it while you're doing that, Nate, I was just thinking about developers that deserve some credit. And Square Enix is one of them.
Yes.
They did a really great job on the production of this game. I wish they kind of would. I was Square Enix the ones who did Marvel's Avengers too. I'm not sure if they were, if they weren't, but they still deserve to get some credit. When it comes to the developer talk, you always hear Activision, you always hear Bungie, you always hear CD Project Red, but you never really hear too much about Square Enix until their game actually drops. And I think that as a developer, they do such a great job.
All right. Then what I'm about to say is going to completely contradict you. This game is shit, and it was terrible, and it was not well developed at all.
I've heard.
All right, we'll break into it. We'll get some opinions going in a minute.
You can be the negative, and I'll be the positive. How about that?
Let's talk plot for a moment here. So basically, what's going on? It's the mid 21st century. Climate change has reached its breaking point at this point, and humans are kind of forced to leave Earth. They are searching for a world, not even searching. They are heading to a world named Enoch. It is a distant Earth-like planet, kind of the same basic form. You are an outrider. You are the first team to set foot on the new world. And it starts out all right. You get to see this beautiful world. You get to see new wildlife, whatever else, until you're trying to track down your impulse, whatevers. I was not in this. I'll explain why in a minute here, but we'll cross that bridge. So you're basically trying to track down all of your technology that's been mapping the world and getting everything ready, and you are caught in a storm. This storm eviscerates people. It's just out blowing people up. Some people are getting sucked in. Others are dying from a weird disease that they're catching. There's like a liquid that's making people sick. So this planet is very, very hostile right from the beginning. You end up getting injured in this storm, and you're put back in cryo. You heal up. 31 years later, you return, and there is all-out war. It's just everybody for themselves. Not everybody for themselves. There's different sides, but it's all-out war when you wake up, and you have to try to figure out what's going on. Go from there. So that's about as far as I got in the game. I'm going to be honest with you. I just got through the first mission, and the main reason for this is only one reason for this. I played for first, I know that my time management is not great. I'm very aware that I look at a clock and my times don't quite link where they're supposed to. So I'm not great with time management. But I swear to God, I played this game for 2 hours and had 15 minutes of gameplay. Wow. All of it was fucking cutscenes. All of it for 2 fucking hours. I just barely got through the first mission. It is not great developed. I am so upset with this game. I expected so much more. It's cutscenes. It's all cutscenes. All cutscenes. All of it. It's a movie. I don't want to play a 5-hour movie. I want a video game. Anyway, sorry. I kind of jumping beyond. We were going to talk about gameplay. We'll get into the gameplay and the style of it here as well. But yeah, that's really what it is. This entire thing I just summed up in about 30 seconds was all cutscene. And if you were moving, you're just walking from point A to point B, or you're running from, it's supposed to be this tutorial that I know how to run in a video game. I don't need to run for 6 miles and that's all I do. There's no threat behind me. There's nothing going on. I'm just walking for the sake of walking. That's not this game apparently got under my skin a little bit. Just a little bit. I didn't realize I was this upset about it. I'm going to be honest.
This really made you angry.
Apparently, I really didn't realize I was this angry about it. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my take with the development of it so far. We'll talk about reception just a little bit. This is kind of the interesting part, because although I didn't like it, it does have very positive reviews. A lot of people are really enjoying it, and I'm going to continue to try to get into
enjoying this game now.
Really enjoying this game.
Yeah, I can't sit there and speak and say that I've actually played this game. I haven't, but I have talked to a few people in my friends list or contacts who actually have played the game, and they seem to, they seem to really enjoy it. They feel like it has a Destiny type feel to it, and
It does.
they kind of like that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's nice. Maybe when it gets cheaper and life is
Mhm.
all good again, then maybe I'll get it. I remember
It's
the days where
worth
games
looking
were
into.
$49, man, and now we're paying $69 for a video game. It's crazy.
It is insane the price hike that's kind of happened on them. Now the game itself, although a lot of it's working really well, everybody loves the game. It did have its issues, but ultimately it sold really well, even despite the game being on Game Pass. It sold
Right.
really well. It's not even that it's just everyone's favorite. So kind of interesting there, but it's not without its issues. At launch, so the game is supposed to have a kind of multiplayer feel to it, to where you all join up in a lobby. You can kind of pick where you want to go, pick your own adventure almost while following this story. So it is built very similar to how Destiny is built in that the world aspect of it. So the issue that they ran into was crossplay, which was supposed to be a thing, but their servers weren't allowing for crossplay. Do you know much about what happened there, Jay?
I think they had the same issue that Call of Duty had earlier this week, where they had so much going on, it was overloading their servers, and they just couldn't keep up with it.
Makes sense, and ultimately, yeah, that's what it is. The connection between, I
Back.
want to say it was console and PC. Yeah, absolutely. So, hello, it's just me now. How are you? All right. So ultimately, it was the crossplay feature was kind of wonky. The game is a third-person shooter. It plays very similarly, in my opinion, to that of a Gears of War. It's meant to be from. It's really meant to be hiding behind objects. So you're moving from object to object, hiding behind, popping out, shooting, kind of that Gears of War-esque feel to it. You are not meant to be standing in the open, just bulldozing through, or just open firing on people. It gives it kind of a weird feel at that. It made my aim feel a little bit off. I don't know if it's because I was kind of feeling Gears of War and it wasn't shooting like Gears of War. Hey, Jay's back. But the gameplay itself is very interesting in that regard. Just again, it comes down to it feels like a merge of multiple games. Have you had a chance to actually? So you've seen gameplay, correct?
I have seen some gameplay, not a lot.
Okay, so have you had a chance to see the different skills and the different? So it is an RPG. It has RPG elements where you get to choose your class. Really, I mean, there's 4 different classes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
We'll let him do his thing there. So I will break down the classes just while he. Oh, he's already back. We're good. He'll be back momentarily. So there are 4 classes. We have the Tricksters, who manipulate time. We have Pyromancer, who manipulates fire. Devastators, who release seismic blasts. They're kind of your tanky. And then your Technomancer, who's able to manipulate technology, give you turrets, whatever else. So put all of these together, and you get to pick one. I mean, kind of your, again, RPG. As I'm losing my train of thought, guys. I'm sorry. My ADHD just... Woo! All right. I chose the Trickster. I chose to manipulate time.
You chose to manipulate
time. Have you had a chance to see the gameplay of the other classes?
No, I have not. But when I talked to my former draft partner, and shout out to him because I know he'll watch eventually, he wishes to remain nameless as he always does. He said he was more impartial to being a tank.
Okay.
Because that's kind of how he is. But if he had one to play, it would have been the Trickster as well. And it seems like Trickster seems to be the favorite out of everyone.
Does it? Okay, that is the one I chose. It sounded the most like my game style. Yeah, kind of the most intriguing. You don't, what? I'm interested in seeing how long this story is, because I want to be able to play all of these abilities at some point, all of these different classes, but it's hard to be able to, because I even Diablo 4 or 3, Excuse me.
Right.
Even Diablo 3 that's been out forever, there's still some classes that I don't have the experience in. I don't have the know-how and the nuances to it. So I'm really hoping that this game finds a good balance between the story and how long you can play the story before you're like, okay, well now I want to play the story with, this ability. That's why I really enjoy games like Spellbreak, where they're shorter bursts. Yes, I know it's a completely different game style, but
Right.
you get to experience what you want to experience when you want to experience it. You know, even adding, I don't know if they have a multi-game feature like Diablo does. Like Diablo, I can go through and
I
just play multiple
don't
whatever
think
I'm
they do yet,
playing.
but I
That'd be a
believe
really
it
good
is
addition.
in development for a software update
Okay.
somewhere down the line.
I'd be cool with that. I would really, really like that actually. If because again, sometimes I'm just not feeling like playing with time. Whatever else, it is what it is. What do you think when you get an opportunity to play, Jay? What class are you leaning? What are you thinking you want to play as?
Well, it just reminds me a lot of Destiny
Mm-hmm.
from the specific people that I talked to. And if I had to choose one, it would have to be a Titan class build, which would mean that I have to be the tank, man. I
Okay,
don't know. The
Death
tanks just
Trader.
to me, I feel like the tank is one of the best support. Like I'm a supporting role kind of character. I'm not a, you
Mm-hmm.
know, leading role kind of guy. I'm the
Yep,
guy that
get
supports the
that.
guy in the background because I don't need all the glitz and glamour and the glory to know that
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a great job. So I would have to say that if I were to choose, it would be a tank. Only
Do it.
the tank would only
Do
be
it.
because
Just do it.
did you just Shia LaBeouf me?
I did just Shia LaBeouf you. Play the
I
game.
just
Let's
got
tank.
like
Let's do it. Do it.
exactly. So
Just do it.
hopefully later on this week, we can do that.
Absolutely. Figure something out.
Yeah, figure something out. But because I know we've been
Yeah.
trying to really get all three of us on the week, all three
I
can play,
know.
and
We
it's
we've
just
we've we've tried.
scheduling
It's
and it's just hard. And
tough.
here's an update. Tomorrow I get my COVID vaccine.
There you go. All right.
I am
Fantastic. Good
I
to
I
hear.
am scared shitless, but you know what? I'm still gonna get it.
Ah, dude.
Um,
I didn't even realize. So with the first shot, I didn't realize she did it. Like
Oh no, it's not
keep
even about
in and
that. It's
out.
not, I'm
It-
I'm not scared of needles. Needles is nothing I'm scared of.
hmm.
It's
Okay.
just some of the side effects and stuff that I'm mostly just kind
I
of
feel
concerned
that.
about.
I feel
But
that.
other than
48
that,
hours. That's
um,
all you need. 48
yeah,
hours.
I can do 48 hours. But other than that, like I said, hopefully sometime this week I should be able to get into a game with both you and our good friend Scott, who I wish was here, and I hope you're feeling better,
I
brother.
know, I miss him. I
We, we,
sent a
we,
link to him
we,
hoping that he'd secretly pop in, but it's okay if he
right,
doesn't because again, get
right,
feeling everybody.
yeah,
Um,
gotta protect
yeah.
yourself
All
and
right.
feel better.
We tangent. I'm also getting mine. I get my second one this week on Thursday. I get my second
Mm,
dose. So
very
I'm
nice.
gonna be honest with you guys. Next week may be a rough episode. Bear with me if it is, but
Worst case
we'll
scenario, we might have to take a weekly break.
we're good. We're good. We'll power
Which
through.
there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing. Like Nate
Yeah.
always says at the end of every show, we always got to protect ourselves and our
Mhm.
mental health. So,
Always.
every
Always.
every once in a while, it's good for us to take a break.
All right. Well, Jay, let's get back on track here for
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
few
yeah.
minutes.
We could just
Overall, what are your thoughts on the game? Your overall
um,
thoughts and your
I
gap.
am I am actually super excited to kind of play this game. I'll
Hmm.
be perfectly honest. I really want to see where this game goes.
Hmm.
Um, if it's something that kind of mimics that of Destiny. Oh, excuse me. That just came out of nowhere. Um, if it is something that kind of mimics Destiny, I'll definitely give it a
Hmm.
shot. I'll definitely try it out. And it's been a while since I had a Square Enix game on my console, so it would actually be kind of cool to actually have them back on my console
Hmm.
again.
Hmm.
I want to see the level of progression that the developer and or studio has gone through to impress a lot these people
Hmm.
who are enjoying the game. I want to see that level of dedication go toward other games as well from Square Enix. And I don't think Square Enix is finished. I think they have more projects in the works that are definitely going to catch our eye Short of everything that's going on with Bethesda and Microsoft or Bungie, Activision, EA, the whole shot. So you can't count, like I said earlier, you can't count them out of the race. They're going to develop something that's going to be great on all platforms without any problems. And honestly, so far I haven't heard any type of problems whatsoever. So it leads me to think that they really did take their time in the development of this game, with
Short of the
rendering
crossplay
bugs
issues, I
and
agree.
right, short of crossplay and stuff like that. So I
You
think
just gotta throw that one out there, but that's you don't even hear fans complaining about that. That's not really an issue.
Not at all.
Especially because they've been addressing it. So yeah, I agree. There have not been many concerns or issues with the game since its release. So really cool there. I'll also give mine real quick. I obviously am not a fan of the game. I get why people like it. I can see why people like it, but ultimately it was so much cutscene and so little gameplay. The gameplay that we do have felt clunky. Just again, I don't know if it was the bouncing. I know what it is. I would try to be moving from point A to point B, and I'm randomly going opposite directions because you have to press and hold A. But if you end up getting shot at, you're like thrown off course, and it's really, really clunky is really the best term. Yeah, clunky. It honestly feels like I'm playing a remaster of an old game more than I'm playing a new game. I expected more. I expected a little. Yeah, I expected more out of a brand new video game. So again, personal opinions about me.
From the time that you've played this game, where you said you really didn't like this game, but where would you rate this game on a scale from 1 to 10 gaggles?
I'm going to be generous to it because I will be honest. I know I've played for a while now at this point. But I haven't gotten far. I haven't been able to progress. I think, I'm only at like level 5, something along those lines. I don't have. Yeah, you can take care of what you need to take care of if you need to. So ultimately, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and wait till Jay gets back to give you my exact score. It's not super imaginative. Oh goodness. He took that remote apart. He can't even hear me. Jay, he took the remote apart.
Yeah, he likes to.
Oh goodness.
It's okay. The power. And he's got my phone too, so.
There you go. That's what you want him to have. Well, we'll go ahead and start kind of wrapping things up. Jay, I wanted you here for it. I'm going to be a little generous. I'm going to give it a 6.5 with room to grow. It is, like I said, it doesn't feel like a new game to me. It does feel like a remaster. So it should be interesting to see what type of content they can actually put out for it and how far I can progress.
I am going to agree with that, and then I am actually going to give it a 5 out of 10.
5, okay.
Yes, the only reason why I'm giving it a 5 is because one, I have not played the game yet, but
which
I take
fair evaluation.
And also on top of that, I've heard the positive and the negative feedback. But like you said, there is room for it to grow, and
good.
with me giving it a 5, it can easily go up. It can't not go lower than a 5. You know what I mean? So
fair. And that's a good threshold for it
to go up. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to see something good soon happen. So yeah, that's what I'm giving it.
Not bad at all. Well, I think that was pretty solid. A pretty good answer there. All right, so gotta wrap things up at this point. Jay, where can our viewers find you? What have you been up to?
There's actually going to be another revamp of my channel.
Another
one.
No,
yes, I'm starting a please
no. You're gonna have to wait for that to finish, Jay. That's all we can hear. Go ahead, one more time on that.
I'm literally going to. Let's talk about it. Still going to be around. That's always going to be my baby. That is
okay. Good.
But the J Moore Vlogs is also going to be around, but also keeping it real, as you see in my name.
There you go, right across the bottom there.
Is actually going to be it's actually going to be a feature that I have there where it's kind of like Peter Griffin's, what grinds my gears type deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that
Okay.
really needs to kind of be
Okay.
said. And I don't think there's anyone out there really doing it. And whether or not I gain traction from it or not, I care less because I'm keeping it real.
This is what it is. There you go. Keeping it real. I love it. I love it. That is an awesome rebrand. Hopefully, we aren't going to see too many more there, Jay.
No,
To you.
no.
Nah, I kid. I give you a hard time, but no, you're good there, man. Make sure that it's what you want it to be. At the end of the day, it's your stuff. Make sure to follow Jay. Doodles as well. We'll give a quick shout out to Doodles. He's not really streaming much, just not feeling real well today. It is what it is. Hope he's getting better there. I haven't been streaming. I'm gonna be honest. I've been dealing with some stuff right now, so it is what it is. That'll come in due time. However, I do always want to make sure to leave a quick shout out for Patrick Beatty. Absolutely fantastic. He is really the reason all of this exists. So if make sure to check out all of his stuff at Patrick Beatty Reviews and all of it. Just we appreciate him. So guys, check out our merch as well across the bottom. Sorry, I have to throw all this stuff in here. I know we mentioned earlier, but check out our merch. We have all of our links down here. New designs, color schemes. You choose what you want. It's fantastic. It's awesome. And it looks fucking good. It looks good. It looks real good. All right. That's all I have for you. Please make sure to take care of your mental health. And as always, keep gaming.